We are back.
Fucking smoking is like smoking is like you're gonna die from fucking smoking is like fuck you and your fucking smoking fucking criticism.
Right, we're sinking or something?
No, so worse, much worse. We've run out of tonic.
Run out of tonic? But that's not terrible, that's catastrophic.
I'm sorry, sir.
You're sorry? What do you mean you're sorry? It's like Napoleon saying I'm sorry after the Battle of Waterloo. Perkins, do you realize that gin and tonic is the cornerstone of the British Empire? The empire was built on gin and tonic. Gin to fight the boredom of exile, and quinine to fight malaria. How else do you think we could have carried the cross of responsibility for the lives of millions without the friendly fortitude of gin and tonic? And you've run out of tonic, Perkins. That's treason. Go before I strike you.
Very good, sir.
So we're done talking, because you're showing me you're a hypocrite.
How many people do you know that actually passed away from pure COVID?
My father did.
Through love, through our love, through the love that comes through us, let's just...
God keep our land glorious and free.
I don't matter.
How to end the convoy? You got to end the mandates. You got to end the mandates, and personally, I want Trudeau and whoever's pulling Trudeau's strings pulled, gone, out of Canada.
That's treason. Go before I strike you.
I don't care what happens to them, but they got to be banished.
That's treason. Go before I strike you.
They are not Canadians. They are not worth having in Canada.
Before the weatherman, a look at tomorrow night on BBC One, and tomorrow's World at 7 o'clock includes putting to practical use that shimmering effect on your television often caused by Michael Fish.
Good afternoon to you. Earlier on today, apparently a woman rang the BBC and said she heard that there was a hurricane on the way. Well, if you're watching, don't worry, there isn't.
Top of the Pops at 7:25 includes Claire Brooks, Sir Patrick Meany and MPs Peter Shaw and Peter Walker in loud check jackets. And at 8:10, another ripping adventure yarn in Tales of Robin Day and Madness. After the 9 o'clock news, in TANGO at 9:25, Ultravox are faced with open hostility. Young Bobby and his mother Lillian face up to Question Time with David Essex at 10:20. And finally, at 11:20, there's International Monkey jumping from Olympia.
Kind of Nazi Hitler situation. I think our opinion on Russia as a country and as a Western world, there is this kind of like Cold War hangover situation, which, you know, and I just don't know. You don't know enough. There's people say this, people say that, and then you listen to what Putin says and does, you're like, well, yeah, I don't know.
Where do you think Ukraine is on the map?
Oh my God, that's embarrassing.
Oh my, I'm going to be rubbish at this.
Oh, it's a perspective. It's a global perspective.
Oh no, I think you just got it upside down.
You shouldn't have interviewed a blonde.
Man, I feel like you get me out like these Americans in these YouTube videos.
You've nailed it.
I thought it was there.
Yeah, you've nailed that.
Yeah. Woohoo! Actually, I was not too bad.
Yeah, you don't actually fair much. Yeah.
Okay. That's
are you pleased with that?
Yeah, very pleased.
I feel like I fucked it here, but I put it.
Let's see.
I put it here.
I'll give you half a point for that. That's
half a point. I'll take half a point.
You've done. Did you know that anyway, or is that a lucky go? Good, excellent.
If you've had enough of roadworks and traffic jams and motorway pile-ups, don't forget there is an alternative. Travel by rail. British Rail. Designed with efficiency in mind and designed for the traveller to travel in style. We employ the most helpful of staff, always there to answer your questions.
Oh, it's more than my job's worth, mate. I've told you. Go over there. It's nothing to do with me. Go to lost property. Not my fault you've lost your mother. Piss off. Come on, get your tickets out. I haven't got all bloody day.
The magic of rail travel means you never know who you're going to bump into or who you're going to end up sitting next to.
Pardon me.
Dirty sod. Annoying kids, classy cuisine, hygienic toilet facilities, and the opportunity to see the beauty of Britain from your window. There's nothing quite like travelling by rail, and your only rail is British Rail, so bloody well use it.
Fighters, 6 ME 109 at 3 o'clock. Keep after him, would you? I see him. I'm on him. Come on, use him.
Hey, tip, I'll do cash. Good, you heard me. Would you like to donate a cup of coffee to a soldier overseas? Yeah, that seems like a good cause.
Hey, here's your free cup of coffee from a lady in Rhode Island. What?
This week's What the Papers Say is presented by Frank Boff of the Sunday Suspender.
Hello, it's been a funny old week in Fleet Street. The pressmen refer to the summer months as the silly season, which means no big news stories, and they tend to fall back on tried and trusted formulas.
Tits, football, tits, football, tits, tits, tits.
And if that's not to your taste, the Sun provides a helpful diagnosis.
If you don't like tits and football, you must be queer.
And the Daily Mail also responds to the silly season with a recourse to their traditional core values. Sometimes it's easy to forget just how wonderful Her Majesty the Queen truly is.
I don't matter.
Is it? With her fragrant, benign presence, her unceasing service to her nation, and her beautiful daughter, Princess Anne.
Excuse me, I think I'm going to be sick.
In troubled times such as these, what a rock of reassurance our royal family are.
But one can always rely on The Guardian to be a voice of reason amidst all this Fleet Street frivolity.
At this very moment, there are probably upwards of 5 million political prisoners around the world, poised to be executed.
Lighten up, fellas, it's supposed to be summer.
Just remember that as you put your feet up and watch Wimbledon. Never forget that with every breath you take, someone else is dead.
And The Guardian's sister paper, The Observer, is similarly cheery with this eye-catching headline.
Scientists predict all life on Earth dead by the year 2000.
That gives me 21 years to do all the things I've never done. But what will bring about this catastrophe?
A scientific think tank based in California has predicted a massive release of volcanic hot air around 1999 will poison all living species on the planet.
And if you've ever wondered how Fleet Street's silly season is received across the Atlantic, here's what the New York Times said on Tuesday.
You cocksucking limey faggots wouldn't know a goddamn news story if it bit you on the ass.
So much for the special relationship.
We are back, and I'm joined by the Vice President of the United States, allegedly, Kamala Harris. Madam Veeps, we are now a year into this administration, and I think people are wondering, why are we not winning this fight against the pandemic? When will we return to normal? Why is Miranda being such a dick to Steve on the Sex and the City reboot?
So let me start with saying that people are...
Ugh, I'm bored.
That's treason. Go before I strike you.
With COVID, I'm bored with COVID. I mean, the masks and the mandates.
I don't make the CDC's decisions, but what I will say is we have a vaccine, which has proved to be effective, and boosters.
Girl, how many boosters can I get? I mean, I've had more needles in me than the Donald Trump voodoo doll on Melania's nightstand. Thank you.
We still have a number of people that is in the millions who have not been vaccinated, and we are urging them to get vaccinated.
Well, good luck, because the messaging is all over the place. You know, the far right is taking medical advice from Joe Rogan, and now this whole thing has been politicized on all sides.
We're opening back up, and we are not where we were a year ago.
Well, I hope so, because I have tickets to see Hugh Jackman and the Music Man next week.
I'm sorry, we are thinking about today. I mean, honestly,
this sucks. This sucks. It really sucks. Fucking sucks. I'm so sick, and it's not from any germ.
And now, gentlemen, the showman!
That's treason. Go before I strike you.
So everything is completely out of control. Not only do we have the DC jail, which is the DC gulag, but now we have Nancy Pelosi's gazpacho police.
That's treason. Go before I strike you.
It's 7 degrees here in Chicago. This looks like a good spot. So first key to the snow angel is you gotta lay flat. You can't just, kind of lay into it. You gotta just plop down. So here goes. Poof. So there's the snow angel. Isn't it beautiful? Passes for art in Chicago. All right, I think that's enough. Yeah, I know I cheated with long sleeve shirt.
Connecting the spirit, the mind, the body, the heart, the head, the fingers, the toes, the genitalia, to the earth.
Anybody can do it, see? I'm doing it. It's spiritual psychology. That's how it's done. Yeah.
Welcome to Masterclass.
This has been a 2022 Sleepy Wolfie production